Hey, what's going on with it, ladies and gentlemen, fanboys and fangirls? This is the one, the only, Mr. Criticism Guy 2009, aka Nintendo Free 2011. Drinking another Powerade, nothing new there. So, I don't have any slideshow for you today. I'm just gonna be reading this real quick article. You could read any of it for yourself, just in case. You gotta have a hard time understanding me, but you know what? It's all good. So yeah, without further ado on that, let's begin if we can. All right, there we go. So Marlon Brown. So basically, DeLand police officer James Harris was fired from his job after he accidentally ran over Marlon Robert Brown as he was fleeing from officers. FHP spokesperson Sergeant Kim Montes says 38-year-old Marlon Robert Brown failed to stop for Velocious, I don't even know if I'm saying that right, Velocia County deputy who attempted to pull him over for seatbelt violation on Green Avenue and Parsons Avenue at 12:36 Monday morning. The Volusia County deputy then backed off and radio dispatch to alert officers if DeLand had the driver was in their area. All right, and all the questions and answer stuff and all my little views and opinions, that's gonna be at the end of the video. So okay, here we go. Marlon Brown fled from his car on foot after officers tried to pull him over. As officers were pursuing Brown, he slipped off and fell in the officer's patrol car, causing the officer to run him over. Brown led multiple officers on the chase. However, if Officer James Harris that went around other officers running Brown over with his patrol car. Officer Harris was fired for violating department policy involving a pursuit, according to the officials. Marlon Brown was known as felon in the area. The family of Marlon Brown has hired Benjamin Crump, the no-name attorney that recently made himself during Trayvon Martin case. I had no idea about that. Benjamin Crump says the officer should have been charged with vehicular homicide. The grand jury refused to press charges against Officer James Harris earlier this month, citing the video did not show the cause of charge to be filed, because the video clearly shows Marlon Brown falling in front of the vehicle. Crump said during the press conference Marlon Brown was executed in a vegetable garden. Okay, this case has created outrage from both sides. However, many wonder what an officer is supposed to do after he pursues felons if they're going to get fired. And then if his city gets sued every time that the accident happens while an officer is performing his duties. Resident Tyreek Jackson says the officer was doing his job. Everyone knows you don't run from the cops unless you did something wrong and have a reason to run. You don't just run because you weren't wearing a seatbelt. Marlon Brown had been arrested for more than a dozen times. Brown has 18 misdemeanor charges, 5 felony charges, and 3 felony convictions. Alright, Brown has an array of charges such as felony possession of controlled substance, of course drugs, battery, any of those are, fighting and shit, physical violence, uttering forged checks, well, that's a lot of real bad shit, grand theft, not the game, but real life, driving on a suspended license. And then there's a little list. You can look at that for yourself because I don't really feel like using all that. And I'm not going to play that video. I'll just leave that for you guys to watch. Crystal Brown, Marlon Brown's ex-wife, received a payment of $550,000 from the city of DeLand and Marlon Brown's death. The settlement releases the city from any further legal notice. Crump is now asking for further investigation to be conducted by an independent party. Ocala police, I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Ocala Post slowed the video down and watched in frame by frame. It only took 1 second after Brown slips from the patrol car to hit him. Medical examiners report that doesn't show any broken bones, fractures, or head injuries. The report says he died from mechanical asphyxia. I think I'm saying it right. Asphyxia, which is the weight of the car keeping him from breathing. Crump is accused of the medical examiner of lying in the report. It is still unclear to why Marlon Brown ran from the police. Brown was also under a court order curfew. We want to hear from you. Do you think Officer Harrison should have been fired? And do you feel he was fired in a political movement to avoid further attention from the spotlight? I know it's probably one of the greatest readings I ever did, but other than that, my whole opinion on this shit, and there's all these other people giving their opinions and stuff. I think this morning, even though I don't know if he was a maricon piece of shit, negrito piece of fucking crap, or if he was really an intellectual, real smart African American black guy. If he would have been chill as fuck. But according to all these records and stuff, and he was in the system for a little while, he probably was a piece of crap, unfortunately, and that's what it comes down to. But this dude could have been a racist. I know there's a few times, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, way back in the days when I was still in elementary, there was a couple blacks and Hispanics and shit. They were fucking racist as shit. Sometimes towards black people and Latinos a couple times, but when it came to the white guy and shit, sometimes we'd team up together, and other times we'd have different views and opinions and shit. But now I changed my ways and stuff, so I'm not as racist as I used to be back in the day. But I will tell you this, oh my fucking god. That shit was fucked up the way they just ran him the fuck over. They didn't have to do that. They could have just tased him or used beanbag bullets or something, not fucking run the poor ass fucking dude over, What kind of fucking crap is that? I'm glad this fucker got fired from the job. Because he could have been doing that to fucking Latinos. If it would have been a white guy, yeah, besides him being fired, he probably would never been able to work in any country ever again. He still might be able to work in another state and shit, but that goes to show you all the corruptness and a lot more ridicule, racism, segregation that's still in this country. That lies in the heart of this country, unfortunately. That's what it comes down to. And I don't agree with it at all. It's complete fucking mierda shit. This guy didn't deserve to die like that. It's fucked up. Even if he was a piece of crap, that's complete fucking bullshit, I think he should have got a second chance in court if he was still alive, That is fucking crap. And especially his ex-wife, he's getting $550,000 for what? For him dying? Did he leave a big-ass giant will of fucking stacks of $500,000 just for her? I highly doubt that, in my opinion. But that's all I have to say for now. Once again, the police state is just taking over in more states as fast as we can imagine. And I know George Fertitle, he said California was the poster boy of gun confiscation and shit like that, and New World Order, military suppression, depression, whatever you want to call it. That's what I'm going to say about it. So like I always say on there, is what it is, ain't what it ain't. See you when I see you guys. Have a good day, have a good night, wherever you're at around the world. Don't drink and smoke weed at the same time, and don't do anything reckless. Stay safe, see you next time. Take care, everyone, and talk to you soon, alright? Late, I'm out. See you around.